Hello, we are reaching you live from our new studios in Lagos, Nigeria. Coming up, PDP state governors vow to return to power in 2023. Federal government says continued regulation of pump price of petrol causes impoverishment. President of Zambia, Edgar Lungu, faints during official ceremony. NATO leaders to brand China security risk to Western alliance. Thanks for joining us on News Now, and here are big stories we're tracking at this hour. I'm Michael Nath. We'll begin News Now on a story making rounds the social media that troops are on vengeance mission in some communities in Abia State following the death of 6 soldiers in a clash with ESN IPOB terrorists. The Nigerian army has therefore debunked the allegation as baseless fabrication aimed at not only tarnishing the good image of the Nigerian army, but to create distrust between the public and security agents in the state. The Nigerian army says their true position is that troops carried out routine clearance operations in line with the rules of engagement and respect for fundamental human rights of the citizens, aimed at restoring socio-economic activities which were hitherto disrupted by criminal activities of IPOB, ESN elements who attacked security agents and government infrastructure. The Nigerian army, in conjunction with personnel of Nigeria Police and other security agencies, assured they are working tirelessly to restore normalcy to troubled areas and to rid the state of all criminal elements. Senate Joint Committees on Defense and Army, headed by Senator Aliyu Wamako and Senator Ali Ndume, respectively, have screened the newly appointed Chief of Army Staff, Major General FAROUK YAHAYA, behind closed doors. President Muhammadu Buhari had announced his appointment a week after the death of Major General Ibrahim Attahiru, who died in a plane crash. Prior to the executive session, the Chief of Army Staff designate took turns to appreciate President Muhammadu Buhari for the appointment.
So to speak, with all the challenges that we are facing, having grown to this job and having done all the requisite courses that commensurate to my ranks as I grow, starting from young officers course up to company commander, up to battalion commander. Before that time, I have also commanded all across. I was a garrison commander, brigade garrison, which is like a battalion, if you will call it. I was brigade commander 2 times, 4 brigade in Benin, where we were involved also in the activities of the South-South. What's happening there? Even before that time, I was in Yenagua as Chief of Staff, Operation Polo Shield, now Operation Delta Safe. So I'm also conversant with challenges of militancy and other activities there.
Well, my interaction with the Senate is very encouraging. They have, beside their screening and questions, they have also assured the Nigerian Army, and in fact the military, of their continuous support. And you know, with their support, they were in good stead to now achieve our mandate. So I appreciate all the contribution they have made and the assurance they have given, which I have taken. And I believe with them and their support, we are good to go.
The President promised to rejig the security apparatus. He has done it. The supplementary budget is before us, and we will give it a very expedient consideration. The Chief of Army Staff was before us. What we discuss is in camera, so I can't discuss it out of camera. But all I can say is all is well, and we are expecting light at the end of the tunnel, inshallah.
The Delta State Police Command has assured residents of the state of security, asking them to go about their normal businesses amid security threats. This follows an allegation publication by a Fulani jihadist group threatening to launch attacks on the state if the governor, Ifeanyi Okowa, fails to withdraw his ban on open grazing in the state. In a press statement on Sunday, the acting police public relations officer, Bright Edefa, said the publication originates from elements who just want to cause unnecessary panic among residents. He said on their cover, police operatives have been deployed across the state for the purpose of gathering intelligence. As Nigerians mark June 12, some youths in Rivers State are calling for the resignation of President Muhammadu Buhari, since its administration, according to them, has failed to provide security jobs as well as good governance for the people of the country. A leader of the protesting youths and chairman of Coalition of Civil Society Organizations in Rivers State, NFA, George Will, said it is appalling that 6 years of President Muhammadu Buhari's administration seems not to have changed anything.
It's Port Harcourt in particular, and that place, my DPs are going around too, and I observe that there's no disturbance in River State. There's no demonstration at all. What you can see is a small rally, and they are finished. They finished talking, and it was peaceful. They love Nigeria. We all love Nigeria.
One of the reasons why he was elected into office is because he promised Nigerians he's going to provide security. People are being killed by gang warlords, and yet we have a president that controls man and material, and yet he is not doing anything. We are saying that if he cannot provide security for Nigerians, we are saying that Buhari must go.
In a situation whereby Twitter have given millions of jobs to Nigerians, a government that has not provided a single job to young graduates from the university because the ego of an individual was bruised, you shut down a platform that has provided jobs for thousands and millions of Nigerians, keeping them jobless. If this current government, under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari, is not ready to save Nigerians, to provide good lives for Nigerians, to provide basic amenities for Nigerians, let him pack and go.
To say no to the bad system of government, at which Buhari is not showing the competency to even take the duty of the least security personnel of a bank. So such a person who has no qualification to operate in such dimension does not also have the competency to operate as the president of a country.
Dividends of democracy can only be best enjoyed under a government with exceptional leadership qualities and ability to listen to the warning of the masses and critical stakeholders. Former Nigerian ambassador to Philippines, Yemi Farunbi, expressed these views during his lecture as a guest speaker at the 2021 June 12 Democracy Day public lecture in Osogbo, OSUN State. Farunbi said democracy is a learning process which can only be nurtured by good and focused leadership for development and progress to be felt in the nook and cranny of any society.
Critically, in democracy, you must create a system that will make you listen to the people. The fourth thing is freedom from fear. Free and fair election, important as it is in democracy, does not guarantee good governance. What guarantees good governance is that the parties must be assisted, must be mobilized, must be motivated, that they present only good candidates. It is when a good man is elected that you can get good governance. It is only then that you can be talking of the dividends of democracy.
But the time has come for us to rely on our shared values and the things that bind us together to build a nation and a democracy that will deliver values and a good life to our people and make us to take our place in the community of nations. June 12 is a sad reminder of our missed opportunities on our journey to nationhood. Democracy and good governance as a nation is rather provide us with the opportunity to retain and retool our nationhood and democracy to avoid a repeat of those sad days.
A former lawmaker, NWOKO, has called on the President and the National Assembly to intensify efforts towards granting local government autonomy before the 2023 elections. He made the call while delivering a lecture in Abuja, stating that with a well-funded local government, the issue of youth restiveness, unemployment, insecurity, among others, will be addressed.
Was said to have said that if 300 million naira were to be sent to the local government, that the governors will sign or get them to sign that we receive the 300, whereas what they will get is 400 million. I'm sure you all read about it. But that is wrong. So the president knows about this. And this is exactly what is happening. So what is stopping him from working with National Assembly as a matter of urgent national importance?
BAUCHI State Governor Bala Muhammad has approved the appointment of AMINU GAMAWA as the new Chief of Staff. The special advisor to the Governor on Media and Publicity, Mukhtar Gidado, announced this in a statement on Monday. Gidado said the appointment of GAMAWA, who was appointed as the Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning in 2019, is with immediate effect. GAMAWA hails from GAMAWA local government area of BAUCHI State and is a legal practitioner, teacher, policy expert and public servant. The new Chief of Staff has worked across a wide range of organizations, government agencies, educational institutions and non-profitable entities. Now, state governors under the platform of the People's Democratic Party have pledged to provide the needed platform for the party to return to power at the federal level in 2023. The chairman of the PDP Governors Forum and Governor of Sokoto State, Governor AMINU TAMBUWAL, on Sunday made the pledge at the state banquet organized by the Akwa Ibom state government ahead of the forum meeting in Uyo. TAMBUWAL said the PDP governors would not disappoint Nigerians who are looking up to them to actualize their yearnings for the party to return to power in 2023. He urged all citizens, especially religious leaders, to continue to pray for the country. Stakeholders in Benin City have reacted to the marginalization of Edo peoples by the Niger Delta Development Commission in the region. Some of the stakeholders and chefs who spoke on Friday said the system the commission is operating has shown that Nigeria is a failed state.
Quote me, the Benin Kingdom have more oil wells and gas reserve, more than any other part of the Niger Delta region, in fact the South-South region. But they have kept this away from us, from the Benin for too long. We have been marginalized. Our students, our children, they've not enjoyed bursary, they have not enjoyed scholarships, and our people have not been employed adequately by all these oil firms, NDDC, MPDC, IDSL, across the region.
To come out with a resolution, or there will be a repercussion if they do not adhere to his demand. And that's exactly where Nigeria can be described as a failed state, where you have state actors, no government people, having same power or more power than the government. It ought not to be so. In a government that is focused, that is strong, you don't need state actors to dictate for what the government will do.
The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board has called on applicants who have been cleared to complete their registration for the 2021 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination by Tuesday. Fabian Benjamin, JAMB's head of media, made the call on behalf of the examination body in a statement on Monday. He said the JAMB had extended the registration period by another 2 weeks up to May the 29th, after the period originally scheduled for 2021-2022 UTME DE registration lapsed on May the 15th. The examination, which was initially planned to hold between June the 5th and 19th, has now been scheduled to take place from June the 19th to July 23 or 3. Now, the JAMB's spokesman explained that this was to accommodate candidates who, largely due to issues related to the newly introduced prerequisites of national identification number, could not register for the exam. He said that an additional extension of 2 weeks was made to compile the list of all prospective candidates who, for any reason, were unable to register. We'll take a commercial break now. I'll return with more here on News Now. Stay with us.
You're coming to Lagos. Banga. Baby, Mama just called me now. She's coming to see you. She asked me to tell you to make banga soup for her. And she's close to the house. Oh.
How do you expect me to prepare banga in just few minutes?
I have a solution for you.
Really?
She needs to cook the banga. Not going to enter my family.
Pali banga is used in making other exotic dishes such as banga jollof rice, banga eforiro, banga asaro or yam porridge, banga egusi, and many more. Pali banga is easy to open, no preservatives, no cholesterol, and no coloring. Approved by NAFDAC. Manufactured by Pali Agro Products Limited. Available in all leading stores and supermarkets nationwide.
Pali banga, natural palm fruit extracts for tasty African.
You're watching News Now on iBrandTV, Lagos. African News Now. The President of Zambia, Edgar Lungu, fainted on Sunday during the country's televised official annual ceremony for the National Defense Forces Day, which was immediately interrupted following the incident. The 64-year-old head of state, who was running for re-election in August, suffers from the rare disease achalasia. Now, the condition affects the esophagus and causes hypoglycemic attacks. Lungu had previously taken ill and been hospitalized in 2015. Sunday afternoon apparently saw Lungu experience a sudden disease spell. Nevertheless, Zambia's leader has since recovered and continues to perform his duties as part of the official statement issued by the president. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa has urged the group of 7 countries to help finance the World Health Organization's program to boost COVID-19 testing, diagnostics and vaccines, the presidency said on Sunday. Ramaphosa, who has joined a summit of the Club of Rich Democracies in England and addressed them on Saturday, said the G7 countries, which together account for more than half of global output, should support the access to COVID-19 tools accelerator to plug the $16.8 billion funding gap for this year. We need to address the substantial financing gap for tests, treatments, critical supplies like oxygen and the health systems that enable testing, treatment and vaccination, Ramaphosa said in the statements on Monday. Now, the World Health Organization's ACT Accelerator Program for global COVID-19 treatments aims to fast-track production and ensure equitable access to tests, treatments and vaccines in the fight against COVID-19. Ramaphosa said if all G7 countries met their fair share target, this initiative would be 2/3 funded, and if all G7 would be 90% funded if all G20 countries made their fair share contributions. Now, to foreign news. NATO leaders are expected to brand China as security risk to the Western alliance when they meet on Monday, a day after the group of 7 rich nations issued a statement on human rights in China and Taiwan that Beijing said slandered its reputation. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg has described the summit, which U.S. President Joe Biden will attend for the first time, as a pivotal movement. Now, members aim to show that the 7 decades-old defense alliance remains a central support for U.S. efforts to uphold peace and democracy around the world, including standing up to China and its rapid military rise. We know that China does not share our values. We need to respond together as an alliance, Stoltenberg said as he arrived for the one-day summit in Brussels. China denounced on Monday a joint statement by the group of 7 leaders that had scolded Beijing over a range of issues as a gross interference in the country's internal affairs and urged the grouping to stop slandering China. The G7 leaders on Sunday took China to task over human rights in the heavily Muslim region of Xinjiang, called for Hong Kong to keep a high degree of autonomy, and underscored the importance of peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait, all highly sensitive issues for Beijing. China's embassy in London said it was strongly dissatisfied and resolutely opposed to mentions of Xinjiang, Hong Kong and Taiwan that distorted the facts and exposed the sinister intentions of a few countries such as the United States. You're still watching News Now. Over to business news now. Israel's new government will not raise taxes and is committed to passing a 2-year 2021-2022 budget, although time constraints mean the budget impact will mostly be felt in 2022, France Minister Avigdor Lieberman said on Monday. The cross-partisan coalition under Prime Minister Naftali Bennett was confirmed on Sunday, ending years of caretaker governments under Benjamin Netanyahu, during which Israel worked with month-to-month rather than annual budgets, including through the coronavirus pandemic. There will be no tax hike. We oppose a tax hike. Taxes should not be raised, and there will be no going crazy on the budget issue, Lieberman told reporters. He said the various coalition parties had agreed to draft a 2-year budget within 140 days, but he said the high Jewish holidays in September would likely cause lags. Bitcoin hit a 2-week peak just shy of $40,000 on Monday after another weekend, reacting to tweets from Tesla boss Elon Musk, who fended off criticism over his marked influence and said Tesla sold Bitcoin, but many resumed transactions using it. Bitcoin has gyrated to Musk's views for months since Tesla announced a $1.5 billion Bitcoin purchase in February and said it would take the cryptocurrency in payment. He later said the electric car maker would not accept Bitcoin due to concerns about how mining the currency requires high energy and contributes to climate change. The continued regulation of the pump price of premium NATO spirit, popularly called petrol, is causing stagnation and impoverishment of the masses, the federal government has said. Now, speaking through the Petroleum Products Pricing Regulatory Agency, the government said it was highly at the time that the regulation of the downstream oil sector was fully halted. Providing answers to frequently asked questions on deregulation in a document made available to our correspondent in Abuja on Sunday, the PPPRA said petrol was rarely sold at approved rates in most states. This, it said, was why it had become vital to fully deregulate the cost of the commodity, as its confirmed regulation was mainly benefiting the rich at the expense of the poor masses. The agency said the regulation of the downstream sector is one of the reasons for the stagnation and impoverishment of the masses. It argued that the regulation was expected to stimulate private investment and growth in the downstream sector and encourage the resumption of products importation by oil marketing companies. The exchange rate between the Naira and the US dollar closed at 410.8 Naira per dollar and the official investors and exporters forex window. Naira appreciated against the US dollar on Friday, 11th June 2021, to close out 410.80 Naira to a dollar, as against 411.83 Naira to a dollar, recorded on the previous day, the 10th June 2021, representing a 1.03 Naira gain. However, the Naira remained stable at the parallel market as it closed at 502 Naira per dollar, while forex turnover increased marginally by 3.2% from $89.89 million to $92.78 million. Crude oil prices have also maintained strong performances as Brent crude hit $73 per barrel in the early hours of Monday morning. And that's news now here on iBrandTV Lagos. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Michael Now.